Hello, Penny here. Today on my garden podcast, on Monday, the hungry caterpillar ate through a leaf. Or in this case, a caterpillar colony on the sprouts. Oh, that's lovely. That is really nice. Rosemary. Really good rosemary. I've never had such good rosemary plant actually, which it's not gone too woody. Quite often it's quite bushy and lush and flexible. They're quite flexible and nice. You just pull all the leaves off and chop them up finely into a salad. But we're not doing cooking and we're not here for the rosemary. I just thought I'd get a bit of a cheapie by going by and touching its leaves. Gardener's cheapie. When you rub the lavender and you're going on a walk, someone's got lavender in the front garden and you kind of rub a bit on your finger and go, oh, it's so nice. Gardener's cheapies. Anyway, we're here because of the tragedy that's taken place in the third vegetable box, the raised bed, with the 5 sprout plants, which were put in a couple of months ago actually, and they were looking like they were going to be pretty good. I was very excited because I've never grown sprouts before, and they are quite unusual in the way that they look. They grow quite tall and then they begin to get these little nodules growing next to the main stalk with some really attractive leaves. Now, I love sprouts, I really do, so I was excited for the December, January time when I'd be eating fresh sprouts out of the garden all the time. Turns out caterpillars love them more. I mean, really, really love sprouts. And I went away for a few days. And when I got back, there was a heavy, dense population of caterpillar colony on the sprouts. And they have shredded them. Absolutely shredded them. I mean, there are stalks here they've just got the spines of the leaves, and the leaves are quite tough. They're quite rubbery. Squeaky. Oh, there's another caterpillar. You see, they're all shapes and sizes. They were basically large, these ones, and kind of classic caterpillar looking, stripy, doing wiggling up and down with their backs. And it was like Monday in the Hungry Caterpillar book. On Monday, the hungry caterpillar ate through a leaf. Or in this case, a huge number of caterpillars ate through all the leaves. Whether they actually got onto a slice of cake and a lollipop, I don't know. But the outcome of this is that we have some stalks growing out of the ground with no leaves on and a few promising looking sprouts, but we know, don't we? We know this. Photosynthesis can only really take place and feed the plant through the leaves, and the leaves are gone. So goodbye sprouts. This is what's going to happen now is I'm going to take them out. I'm going to address the bed properly. I'm going to put some cardboard down, and then I'm going to put some soil over the top so we don't have any, weeds coming over the springtime next year. And I'm going to put some raspberry plants in there because they need going in the ground urgently. I'm really late with this. I'm late with a lot of stuff in the garden actually this year. I've been lounging a bit too much, which makes me sound like I'm feeling really guilty about it. I'm not. But I have sort of taken my eye off the ball in the garden because it's been the summer, there's not much you can do. Maybe it's why the caterpillar, event happened. I was going to, be brave and address it with chemicals. But when I looked at all these caterpillars just having the best time, it would have felt like a very wrong massacre. I mean, it's comedy whole through a leaf on a vast scale. So it's just going to be a case of pulling them out. Look at these little mini sprouts. God, they're really attached. Smell sprouty. They're tiny. They're like a small sprout. There's no other way to describe it. Like a little marble size, I suppose. Not the big marble that was kind of ooh. That's reminded me actually. I had a conversation with a hormone specialist a couple of weeks ago, to sort me out and put me on track. Because frankly, the world's gone a bit wobbly recently. It's gone a bit hot and wobbly. So she was telling me about this particular gel that I was to smear on my lower portion. And she said, just squeeze an edamame bean size out onto your finger and then rub it into your stomach. And she looked at me because I must have blanched or something and replied, like kind of just pulled a face because I didn't quite hear what she said. But also I couldn't quite believe that someone was saying the word edamame in a medical consultation. And she looked at me and she went, "You do know what one of those is, don't you?" I just went, "Well, I'm middle class enough to appreciate what you're talking about, but would it be more popular to say baked bean size or, pea sized? It's edamame bean. Who eats an edamame? I've only had edamame beans in Wagamama's, and they're absolutely covered in salt in their skins. And also I'm busy chatting and drinking white wine while I'm stuffing my face full of edamame beans and licking the gorgeous salt off the skins and putting them in the spare bowl. I'm not going to look at the size. I don't really know what she meant, so I could be getting it really wrong. I could be going for sprout sized. I don't know, but yes. Do you know edamame beans? No, I don't know edamame beans. Who knows? Anyway, it all worked out, and I feel like I'm back in business now. I've got my new HRT sorted out. But I must remember to Google edamame bean and exactly how big that is, because I might be getting it all wrong. So anyway, so let's get into the work of the day, which is to pull out these sprouts. And I say pull out, I thought that'd be quite easy. They've been in here a few months and they've done a terrific job, wow, of putting down some roots. Really nice, strong, oh God, caterpillars, honestly. Really strong roots, lots and lots of them, frondy sort of things. I'm just shaking off all the soil now, put it back in the ground, and then I'm going to compost these. And with every luck, the heat of the compost will ruin any sort of caterpillar do they lay eggs? I don't know. Do you know what? I used to know all this stuff at school, like the life cycle of the butterfly, and no, I don't even know if caterpillars lay eggs or whether it's butterflies or moths. I don't know, and I don't care really. It's not of interest to me. So, oh God, okay, that's going to do the back in, isn't it? That's going to give me gardener's back for the morning. A bit too much of a strain pulling that one out. Right, shake off all the soil, shake it off. Who did that song, Shake It Off? Shake it off, shake it. She's massive. I love the human brain. You just get rid of stuff you don't need to know. Like if someone asked me now how to change a nappy or something like that, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't care, because I don't need to know. Those days are gone. My daughter turned 16 last week. I need to know about provisional driving licences and rail passes that help get her a discount. You kind of don't need to know. So I don't need to know the life cycle of a butterfly. I don't know if this soil's going to be any good for next year. I think it's going to need some manure, composty type stuff to get it into good shape. Right, let's put some cardboard on top of all of that. It'll be nice, tidy it away. I think I like this time of year in the garden, and today is really warm. It's balmy. But it is time to begin tidying up what's not happening anymore, what's dying off. And, still things are happening. The cosmos is still flowering. The nicotiana are still going. The geraniums are still vibrant. The nasturtiums, still not going to put them in a salad. No chef can convince me of that. And yeah, it's all going strong. I think the warm weather's really helping. But it has been an odd year because it was so cold at the beginning. So some things just haven't happened at all, like poppies, for example. I've not seen any this year anywhere. That's really weird. So that's the sprouts out. Cardboard on next, with a bit of soil over the top. And I think what we'll do is we'll be putting raspberries in there. So join me next time for raspberry fun. And make a frame around it. for next year at some point with netting. And again, try for sprouts the second time around.